I live in Japan, a country with national health care, and I'm making this video because I want to share my experiences with you. I went to the doctor today because I've been having some problems with my knee and my ankle, and I don't know a doctor who specializes in these kinds of injuries, so I just went to my general hospital and I explained my injury to the receptionist, and she just assigned me a doctor. So I was a little bit worried when I went to the waiting room because it was so crowded and I even had to stand up. But actually, it only took the doctor about 15, maybe 20 minutes to call me. He ordered some x-rays, so I went and I had 5 x-rays, 2 on my knee and 3 on my ankle. And then I waited another 15 minutes or so for him to see me a second time to consult about the x-rays. Then he prescribed some medicine, and I went and I paid. And the total for the 2 doctor consultations and the 5 x-rays cost me about $30. And the total bill was only about $97. That included the x-rays. So I'm telling you this because it's not that I want you to think Japan is a better country than America, but national health care is part of the debate this year in the presidential campaign. And it's going to become more so as the election heats up and we go into the general election. And I want all of my friends and my family, and I want my countrymen to know what it's really like to live under national health care. I mentioned in another video that pundits always talk in theory. The debate is always about theory, whether national health care is good or bad. And we always hear the same example of how, like there's this Canadian who has to go to America to get his knee transplant because the wait is so long in Canada. And I'm not saying that that's not true, but I think we need to put this in perspective. Do we want to deny millions of people any health care and millions more most of their health care because somebody has to wait for a while for a knee transplant? I don't think so. In fact, if anybody can do it, if anybody can cover all of our people, and maybe even the occasional Canadian who has to come for a knee transplant, we can do it. Americans can do it. With our ingenuity, with our resources, we can do that. It just takes the political will. And the only way that our leaders will have the political will is if we, the people, make them have it. So the best ammunition, the best way to give our political leaders that will is to have real stories, real life stories from real people that can counter all of the misinformation and the scare tactics that those who don't want national health care will foist upon us. We've seen it before, and it's always the same arguments. And those of us who live in national health care, we know that most of those arguments are just not true. So I'll be posting more videos here, and I want to go through point by point and talk about how those things are misinformed. But I'm no expert. I'm not an expert about national health care. I'm just talking about my experiences. So please go to the blog. It's healthcareforamerica.blogspot.com. Read the stories that other people are telling you about their healthcare experiences. Watch the videos, watch my videos, and just be part of the debate. Just get involved. Ask questions. I'll do my best, but the other people who look at the blog, hopefully they'll have some answers as well.